When First Lady Melania Trump arrived at Boston Medical Center Wednesday to shake hands and kiss babies, she was greeted by some 250 protesters, according to the Boston Globe. The visit was intended to bring awareness to a BMC program for infants with neonatal abstinence syndrome, who were born addicted to opiates. The majority of Wednesday afternoon's protesters were hospital employees who did not want her presence to send a message to patients, especially immigrant patients, that they supported the Trump administration. We asked college students at Boston University if they felt the First Lady should be held accountable for her husband's decisions in his presidency.
I think that's a tough question because, he's his own person and he gets to make his own decisions, and I don't think she can completely control what he does as president. But also, I think it's tough because she as his wife, she has to stand by his side, but also I think comes a time when maybe you do need to speak up or at least try to stop, what's been going on. So I think part of the reason why college students are protesting is just because they're frustrated with what he's done and they want to somehow take it out. And I think she's also can be a source for her anger about him.
That was Emily Hunter, a sophomore Earth and Environmental Science major. Kelly Jackson, a graduate student doing a master's in economics, said that while Melania Trump isn't as responsible as the president himself for his decisions in office, people have a right to hold her accountable for her continuous support of her husband.
She hasn't come out speaking out against her husband, so I think in that way she can be held accountable, because if she was really against what he was doing, she could come out and say it, but she doesn't. So
Luke, an international relations major, said while he understands the protesters' opinions, it's hard to publicly denounce your partner.
Obviously, you can't be held responsible for someone else's actions fully, but at the same time, I think, because of the overall message I think that President Trump sends and all that, I think she is kind of complicit if she doesn't go against it at all. So I don't know. I think that's pretty gray. I think no, because she's not the one making all the decisions about certain things. So I think it's unfair, but also it's a good way for people to show their discontent and all that. I kind of sound a little sympathetic, I know, but it's a hard thing to do to go against someone that you're married to, first of all, but also someone that that you've been with for a while and that you probably get a lot out of the relationship. So I don't know, honestly, how she should go about doing it. Basically what it seems to me that's been going on is she just kind of takes it and lets it happen, and if that works for her, that works for her, but as long as she knows she's going to get protested too.
Both Emily Hunter and Kelly Jackson said they wanted Melania Trump to follow in the footsteps of previous First Ladies in terms of community outreach and activism.
Yeah, I feel like she could be. I feel like other First Ladies have done a lot more than she is doing now. I guess she doesn't have any obligation to, because she was not elected to office, but I think she could be doing a lot more.
I just compare her to Michelle Obama, and I think she did a really great job as First Lady, helping communities. She had an overarching health initiative for elementary school students, and I haven't really seen that with her yet, so I think she could do more.
Signs that read, "Exceptional care, no exception," and "Children in cages can't be cuddled," waved outside the hospital as the First Lady entered the pediatric intensive care unit. She continued her visit with a tour and a meeting about the program for opiate-dependent infants at BMC. American First Ladies have always stood in the spotlight next to their husbands. Abigail Adams, Eleanor Roosevelt, Nancy Reagan, and Michelle Obama paved the way for First Lady activism. Now, we must consider, when we elect our president, are we also electing their partner too?